What's going on, everybody? It's our Mike, and the powers that be have decided to release Android Q, the beta, today. So let's go on ahead and check out what's new so far. Alright, so in front of us we have the Pixel 2 XL here on the right, and the Pixel 3 XL here on the left, just to show you the differences between what is Android Pie and Android Q. So I am running Android Q on the 2XL because this might not be a super stable build. It might not be daily driver ready, especially being that this is beta number 1, the first public beta available. And I rather keep my actual day-to-day use phone clean and clear, able to run perfectly fine, not have any issues. Last thing you want to be is stuck somewhere without a phone. So that is why I have put it on the Pixel 2 XL. And this does work with the Pixel and Pixel XL as well, the Pixel 2 standard size and the Pixel 3s. So depending on what one you have, you can drop it on there. But just warning you now, if it's not 100% stable and some apps crash, that's part of being on a beta, just so you all know. So Pixel 3 XL, we pick it up, wake it, everything looks normal. And I have our sound off just in case anybody else writes me so it doesn't interrupt. That is how my running Pi looks. Now we pick up the 2XL. It wakes on its own. Right away I notice different lock screen icon, and my theming is black. Now I don't know how it became that way. I don't know if it's just something that it did when it updated on its own, but it did turn black. And just to show you, let me add in a screenshot of when I did the update. So here it is when I started downloading and updating the Pixel 2 XL to Q, and afterwards, here is when you are welcomed to the Android beta program once you first boot up, and then after the initial boot up, you will come to seeing the Android Q icon in the top left corner while apps are updating in the background. Alright, so now that you saw how the update went about today, let's go ahead and pick this back up again, and we will do a quick tap, too fast, unlock, and we are back here on the home screen. And obviously when I pull down, we can see everything is in a dark theme now, so that is pretty cool. You can see our colors are a little brighter. Let's go on into settings, and you can see my settings page is black. Now I don't know if that's because I had this on a black theme on the previous version of Pi, and now that I moved over to Q, it has stayed that way. Down here, just to show that we are running the new version, we'll go to About, Android Q. So as we can see there, with the March 5th security patch. Now if we tap on Q, we are still getting the Pi Easter egg, because this is a pretty early build. So we'll go back, hit OK, and we will go down to, obviously we can see that things have been separated. We now have a privacy section. We have our display section. If we go into display and look for themes, we can see we do not have a light or dark theme. That has been pulled from our display section. So there's a possibility that will be changing. Security now, if you go into security, all your lock methods are right here under security, which is nice. And for advanced, we can still do screen pinning. Let's go back. We also have, what else got split out? I think it was mainly just security, location, and privacy were things that got split. But let's go back to privacy, because this is where some of the stuff is right now that's new. Besides that, we won't find too much other new things. When it comes to app permissions now, with your app permissions, once it loads them here, we can see how many apps we have allowed to do calendar events or access the calendar. 6 of 9 apps, call logs, camera, contacts, all that stuff. So say we do call logs, here's everything that is allowed versus what we have denied. Now let me grab the 3XL, and we'll do the same thing. We will go into our settings. We can see we're back to white on this one. We'll go to, let's see if we have security. See our security and location. That's what was split, was security and location. Alright, and here's our app permissions on Android Pie. And we will do the same thing. We will go into calendar. And we can see for calendar permissions here, we just have toggles off and on versus an actual what is allowed and what is declined. So if we go into, let's go into phone, for example, we can see we have a new layout right there. So allow and deny. And then everything that's shaded out here would be our information about the app: open, uninstall, and force stop. So let's check that out through the home screen. Do the same thing on the 3XL. I know this one's kind of boring. This is not a big, super fancy update. So let's do messages, for example. We'll push and hold on messages, go into our information. On the 3XL, do the same thing here. Push and hold on messages, information. And there are our differences right away when it comes to information on your app info, as you can see. We have open, uninstall, force stop versus the disable and force stop. So that is our differences right there. So that is pretty good. Hopefully that sticks around that way and that does not get changed. And obviously we still have back arrows on both of these. So let's go into the Play Stores. And inside the Play Stores on both of these, we can still see back arrows. So for now, we still have back arrows. And there is a chance that that will change in the future, just so everybody is aware. When it comes down to our pull downs, obviously a few things have changed by the look of it. Let's see here. Yeah, a few less icons on here versus what we have up here when it comes to our timers and whatnot. And it just could be that these timers are on this device and they're not on this one. But obviously, layout of everything. I definitely like the black. When it comes to swiping away something, that is one thing you'll notice a difference right away. If we want to swipe away something, we can do a long swipe either direction on Pi versus on Q here. If we swipe one way, it won't get rid of it going from right to left. It only gives us the option to snooze, and it gives us the option to get rid of the notifications entirely. If we want to get rid of the notification, we got to swipe from left to right, and that way we can get rid of it completely. So that's one little pet peeve there. That might change. One other thing I noticed on this is if we go back to developer settings, go to about, I believe. No, maybe not about. System, advanced, developer options, and all the way down here at the bottom, way down, you can see we have accent colors and also headline, body, and font, and icon shapes. So accent colors, we are doing device default. What if we wanted to do purple? Now we have purple. Or about green. I kind of like the green. That's kind of cool. But we'll go back to where you can do black, which turns it just to black and white. Or default. Actually, let's go back to the black and white and see how that looks. Alright, so now we have black and white icons. Black and white shading, I should say. So that's not bad. Hopefully that sticks around. That could be something that goes away as well. But that is pretty much it. That is most of the things when it comes to... Oh, sorry, Andy. When it comes to this first beta build right now. If we open up camera, that is normal. I'm trying to think if I have an app in here I have not opened in a while that may have updated. How about... Nope, that one's the same. I honestly don't think I have one. Let me see if I can find one. Give me 1 second. Alright, so I attempted to find an app in my app drawer that I have not opened at all that would show up with the new permissions and the new questions it would ask when you first open an application. Because normally it will pop up with a little pop-up window saying, hey, do you want to give this app permission to access this camera or cell phone information or call logs on phone, blah, blah, blah. Now, when a new app will spring open that you haven't opened, or you download something new, it'll ask you, hey, do you want to allow this permission one time or every time you open the app? or do you want to deny it? So you have those options now. So unfortunately, that's not something I can show you on this, but I did find something else while I was going through playing with hunting around for certain things. One thing we can see, the icons styling has changed a little bit, but something else I found. Go into About Phone. We will tap on Q. We will tap on our Android version, and we will bring up our Pi, what would be Pi style Easter egg. But if you keep tapping enough, we seem to pull up some sort of drawing pad for some reason. So obviously we have colors and whatnot, take some notes, or we can erase everything. And there's, what's this one? I don't know if that's for something else, but let's go back to full size. Let's do a blue. But yeah, that just seems to be some type of, I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's something that they purposely put there. And obviously we can see cannot get out of it. So somehow you can pull up a paintbrush section, and I don't know if that would be for if you take a screenshot and you can automatically start notating or annotating it, but that's something that I had just found. But yeah, that seems to be about it. Everything else seems to be the same on Q as it is on Pi. Just the new permissions and the ability to reject certain things seems to be the big part. Like I said, this new, hopefully what will be a full dark theme would be awesome to appear. And like I said, obviously it is not here right now. That has been pulled from where it would normally sit in display. It should normally be in here as an option, but I have not found it at all. And yeah, that's about it. But having some of this stuff split up, locations split up from security, and this new privacy section, that's all pretty cool. On lock screen, we want to show everything, and then under advanced, we do have autofill, which is something you probably would have had problems trying to find in the past. So that's pretty nice that autofill is listed here now. Ads, usage, and diagnostics, and then, like I said, a whole change in the app permissions. That is nice to see as well, what you do and don't allow. So things I've denied has been my Verizon for some call log stuff. But yeah, anyway, that's about it for this first build. I know this is kind of a longer video to look at this. Run it on a spare device. That is what I have to say. So if you like the video, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.